Case Digest on Pulsifer versus United States. Doctrine established in the case. A criminal defendant facing a mandatory minimum sentence is eligible for safety valve relief under Title 18 of the United States Code, Section 3553, subsection F, paragraph 1, only if the defendant satisfies each of the provisions' 3 conditions. Facts of the case. Mark Pulsifer pleaded guilty to distributing at least 50 grams of methamphetamine. Relying on said provision, Pulsifer asked the district court for a sentence lower than the otherwise applicable statutory minimum term of imprisonment. Pulsifer had a criminal history, having more than 4 criminal history points and a prior 3-point offense. The district court concluded that this history alone made him ineligible for sentencing under subject provision, notwithstanding that he did not also have a prior 2-point violent offense that would meet the condition in subsection C. Pulsifer appealed, and the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Eighth Circuit affirmed, concluding the statutory word and means a defendant must not have any of the criteria, not that he must not have all of them. Issue of the case. Whether a defendant must show that he does not meet any of the criteria listed in subject provision to qualify for a sentence lower than the statutory minimum. Ruling of the case. The Supreme Court held that a defendant must satisfy individually each of the 3 conditions of the safety valve provision of Title 18 of the United States Code, Section 3553, subsection F, paragraph 1 to be eligible for sentencing relief. The court acknowledged that each party offered a grammatically permissible reading of paragraph F. However, the text and context of that paragraph, as read against the guidelines more generally, support the government's reading. Pulsifer's reading, that a defendant is eligible as long as he does not have all 3 characteristics in combination, would render Part A superfluous, since a defendant with a 3-point offense under B and a 2-point violent offense under C would always have more than 4 criminal history points under A. Additionally, Pulsifer's reading would allow relief for some defendants with more serious criminal histories while denying it to those with less serious records, contrary to the provision's purpose of sorting defendants based on the seriousness of their prior offenses. Finally, the rule of lenity does not apply because there is no genuine ambiguity in the statutory language because, while there are 2 grammatically permissible readings, the context supports only one of those readings. Thus, Pulsifer was ineligible for safety valve relief because he had 2 prior 3-point offenses. Impact to the legal system. This case establishes that defendants must individually satisfy each of the 3 conditions outlined in the provision to qualify for sentencing relief. The ruling underscores the critical role that a single word, in this instance, and, can play in statutory interpretation. It clarified the significance of the word and as requiring the fulfillment of all criteria in laws. Learning law is easier with Audio Law Reader. Download now and follow us for more case digests like this.